That's it then. That's the end of season 5. Not the best of season, it has to be said, but it is time for the review. Hello everybody and welcome back to Bolton, and it is the end of the season. We didn't come back to the final game purely because look where we finished. We finished mid-table, well, smack bang in the middle almost. 13th position for 15 wins out of 46, really poor. But look at that, we have drawn 20 games. Yes, I'm going to repeat that, 20 games we have drawn and lost 11. The losing's not so bad. That's not the problem. It was drawing was our major issue, and it cost us points all the way along. There's some teams that we did draw against some big teams that we did draw against, which we were quite happy about. It was the lower teams which we were winning by a few, and then we just got pegged back, or we had to score in the last minute of each game, which was really disappointing. Let's take you through the final results since our draw at Reading. We only lost one game, which was nice. I did say I was going to go 4-2-4 formation. It didn't really pan out really. I did it for that one game against Preston away from home. There were just too many loopholes in there, too many gaps. So we switched back to 3 midfield, 1 attacking, 2 up front. That is the formation we are going to be taking forward. No wingers, just going to have the wing backs coming overlapping. So we took that into the Bristol City game, which we got absolutely destroyed in. 2-0. Bristol City were just far too good for us. I'll show you the goals against Aston Villa. We were 2-0 down at this point. First one there after half an hour, Stevenson netting the goal, and then all of a sudden they went and scored another one. Suspicions of offside, I feel, but getting in front of a boss in the box who was playing his first game for a while. But we did get a penalty back through Pietro. Wonderful goal, and then an equaliser in the 67th. Hopefully we were going to go for a winner there. It's a cracking header by Frin to put it past the goalkeeper, but 2-0 down to 2-2. We thought we had this one in the bag as well, but look at these bookings, an awful lot of bookings, and we had a sending off as well shortly before Frin went and scored the equaliser, so that was impressive from that point of view. Then we had a couple of good wins. The first one being Sheffield Wednesday. 2 cracking goals by Pietro. He showed determination in this one, following up with our mistake by the defender passing it back to the goalkeeper. But then he went and smashed this one in. Placed it to the side of the goalkeeper, 1-on-1 almost. And he's proven to be a very good addition to the side. But Sheffield Wednesday did get one back. They weren't really in the game, I don't think. But as a game which we almost lost it towards the end, a little bit of lack of concentration. Oakley Booth getting one back, squeaky ball in seats time, but not too serious though that we couldn't hold on. And then a 1-0 victory over Millwall, and then a goal by who else? Pietro, a lovely through ball from Luca, and he just goes past the goalkeeper. That was a wonderful goal. He went past the goalkeeper. I've not seen him do that for a while, or if any really. Brannigan, their player. Millwall are subsequently relegated after that result. I was looking at this guy there. He was all over the place. He looks absolutely fantastic, but 5.5 million almost. I don't think we're going to get him. He's contracted for another 2 seasons, but with them being relegated, I don't know if he has got a contract clause. It doesn't appear so. Could we offer? You cannot make a contract for this person aboard or not. Oh, hang on though. What's this? Process of a takeover? What's going on, you ask? Well, I don't know either actually, so we'll have to have a look at that. So yeah, 1-0 there against Millwall, and then the last game of the season saw us draw 2-2. We were 1-0 down, Nathan Holland. We did get a couple of goals through Pietro and Pidstrip, and then Aidan Barlow getting the equaliser before. And that was then we had Reece Devine getting sent off in the 88th minute. We were hunting down for a winner there, but not a bad end to the season considering. So just have a look at the table here. We did score 67 goals, but we conceded 57, which isn't too bad when you think about it on the whole scheme of things. But 20 draws though, that has got to be a league record even. I don't think anybody's ever got that before. We did finish 11 points off Reading. Reading made it into the playoffs together with Birmingham, Derby and Bristol City. Southampton and Villa go back up. Well, I think Southampton go back up, I think. But But how did we do? We finished 9th last season with 71 points. 6th the season before with 70. So it looks like 70 points really does it. Just about does it. 80 points, and that's 6 points. 77 in 6th position there. So we seem to be dropping off the pace considerably as each season progresses. But as each season progresses, we're getting teams from the Premiership dropping in and just taking over. So we can't do anything. So they're getting players that are worth a lot of money and being paid a lot of money. We just can't compete with that, and unless we have a massive takeover, which we are going to find out in just a second. So the initial budgets, then we've got 200 grand per week they're giving us, which is really nice, and then transfer budget of 348,000, which is near enough nothing. So we are going to have to sell in order to bring in, I feel, and I'm not sure who we're going to let go yet. Bolton in takeover bid. So again, another chance of a takeover. Bolton are in the midst of the takeover talks with local investor Thomas Gill, according to the Manchester reports. He's believed to be willing to wipe out the club's debts should he become chairman. The board have placed an embargo upon transfers, which we already know, to our dismay, and the restrictions will remain in place until the outcome of the takeover has been resolved. Well, I hope that doesn't affect the awards and anything else, because if we've got no money, if we just have a quick look over here, we're at 1.7 in the red, which isn't too bad, I guess. Debts, we're at £12 million. So it's coming down. We've got 2 more seasons and then it's gone. We would prefer it gone now, but we'll be okay for the time being, I think. But yeah, it's coming down from 30 million what we did have. It would be nice to wipe that out altogether. Let's just have a look at the squad before we move on to the awards and what have you. So if we look at appearances then, Trafford made quite a few appearances. I would like to bring him in, but 86,000, I don't think they'd be willing to let him go, which is unfortunate. But we have got a couple of goalkeepers like Alexander and Bridges Adamson coming through the ranks. Boss in the box, he did play a game which he wasn't too impressive in, but he's still hanging around, so we may yet use him yet. But yeah, we would like to make an offer. Well, we can't make an offer because we've got an embargo at the minute. So Trafford are playing really well. We've got Kearney, Ogbeta and Beja. He played really well. Polish international. Well, I don't know if he's an international. One cap. Ben Williams, he did really well when he came in as well. We've got quite a lot of good players, especially in the midfield with Robertson, Morley and Bidstrup. Levitt, it was coming into it towards the end. Not the best season he's had so far. Luca, we would like to bring him in. He's 500 grand. But again, we're not using wingers. So I think what we're going to have to do, we're going to have to let our wingers go because we're not using them. But at the same time, I don't particularly want to lose them because some of them are really good. Milinkovic has been really disappointing. He's only played 11 games before we switched formation. He did have an injury as well. Friend played really well, 11 games. So a lot of players. Alexander playing the 1 game in goal, and that was the game against Millwall, I think it was. Was it Millwall or was it Huddersfield? It might have been Huddersfield game actually. We decided to give him a game, last game of the season, just to give him a little bit of experience. If we're going to lose Trafford, we need somebody backing up very quickly. Mela, not really featured, so I think that's another player that we are probably willing to let go. Majka, another one, and Boss in the box, and even Nunn, he's not played that much at all. So we're going to have to look at these players down here from Milinkovic downwards, really. Not really getting the game times that they probably deserve, but at the same time, they're probably not good enough for this league either. So you got players like Lockett as well, that he's been with us from the start. Very good player, but if we're not using them, there's no point hanging on to them, especially when they're on this sort of money as well. Right, goals. 2 players reach double figures. Pietro, he scores 15 goals in his 19 games with us. He had a slow start to the season. Well, when we brought him in January, I think it was. But to score 15 goals in 19, that was... Well, I've been very impressed. 8.25 million he's worth already. Let's just have a look at his form. Yeah, he's been scoring a few goals. I'm not going to lie. Yeah, he's had... he's been on a run, really, hasn't he? 15 in 19 overall, 7.49 rating. That's very good. And we used him as a complete forward as well. I didn't realise, but he is a complete forward, and he scored 4 goals in 3 games as a complete forward. So, yeah, we want to hang on to him. Lundulu, not the best of seasons. Whether or not we'll hang on to him, I don't know, but he is worth 7 million, so it's a possibility we may let him go. Frin's coming into his own. He's 18 years old, so he's got a bit of a way to go, but even though he's already a 4-star, better than Lundulu as well. And we have got Ennis down here as well. He's on 10 grand a week though. Maybe we'll keep him for a season, see what happens, and if he doesn't perform, then he could be gone as well, but we shall see. Reece Cole, again, another one. So we've got a lot of 2 players on double figures, which is really good from our point of view. Shot percentage on target ratio, that is 54% for every shot, so 1 in every 2 virtually. Same with Lundula, that's pretty good, and definitely with Frin as well, so our forwards have done really well. Same with Ennis as well, and Reece Cole. Reece Cole's getting in on there. A lot of goals being scored throughout the whole team. Morley getting there 6. Luka getting 5. We've got Milinkovic, Ennis. That's not bad considering we changed formation. Flynn Downs, very disappointed with him at 10 grand a week. I'm not that impressed with him. I think he loses the ball more times than he actually wins it, considering he's a ball-winning midfielder. But we'll see how it goes. There are going to be some new faces next season, and some of these are going to actually go. We're going to have to be ruthless, and sentiments are not going to play a part in it next season. I haven't seen this before, but we've got a penalty scored ratio. Milinkovic and Ennis and Lundulu are 100% penalty ratio. Okay, and then we've got Pietro. He must have had a shot saved, a penalty saved, but who cares? Right, going on to the assists. We've got Kearney, Luca, which we want to keep in, and Levitt on the assists. Ben Williams, not bad as well, being a wing-back together with Kearney. That's what we want our wing-backs to do. That's all we want them to do. Divine, has he had many? He's only had 2, but he hasn't played as much as Ben Williams. Ben Williams played 37. Didn't realise. I thought we only brought him not that long ago, actually, to be fair, but he's played quite a lot of games. But yeah, the assists are shared between the whole team, really. Everybody really getting involved. Mistakes leading to a goal. Okay, so who's made the most mistakes then? Ben Williams, obviously, but if he's going up forward, then it's going to happen. But we haven't really made that many mistakes. Frin, Kearney, Bejka, Zuma. It's the defenders really that you want to... even Trafford's been in there as well. In fact, same with Boss in the Box, all leading to mistakes. Yellow cards, let's have a look. The most yellow cards are Kearney. We do tend to have a lot of cards being given though. Ogbeta, we've got Morley, and then our 2 loanees that we've had in, Luka and Bejka. 11 and 10. That's an awful lot of yellow cards being given there, I feel. And who's been sent off? 3 sendings off this season: Bistrip, Divine, and Downs. The average ratings then: 7s. 4 people gain 7 or more. Kearney with a 7, Bistrip, Frin, and Pietro. Pietro 7.9. 19 games, 15 goals. Absolutely phenomenal stuff. Right then, the Bolton end of season awards. The fans player of the season goes to Bidstrup, just ahead of Kearney and Bejka, and 34%. That's not bad at all. And his goal on the 5th of August 2023, right at the beginning of the season, goes to Bidstrup. So we'll have a look at this then. It's against Cardiff City. Let's have a look at this. It must be a scorcher of a goal. He's there, and let's fly. Yeah, it's not bad. I've seen better goals than that, I think, this season. But he does a cartwheel to boot. Maybe that's what he got it for. But yeah, a 2-2 obviously has to be a draw, doesn't it, really? Pietro is signing on the season with 3 million from Kiev. 23, he's a young player of the season as well. Just a recap of the season. Third round in the FA Cup, we lost to Stoke after replay. We finished 13th, yeah, we know. Lost in the 4th round to Premiership club Watford. Game of the season was a 5-0 battering of Peterborough. That's quite a good result. We did lose to Crystal Palace 3-1 towards the end of the season. That's really what defined our where we were going to finish, I think. Average attendance 75% full at 21.8 thousand, and 33 players used. Right, end of season meeting. Let's discuss this as well. Right, okay, it's been a long season. I hope you've all had a good break. You're going to come back because we're fresh and going to finish in the top half next time around. That's probably a little bit too ambitious, I think. I think we can make mid-table finish, and you need to come back for pre-season, same level of ambition, and stay up comfortably. That's their ambition. we're going to do a little bit than that. So the ambition is to come back, avoid relegation and stay up comfortably, which is what we've literally done this season. But there just doesn't seem to be any drive, and unless we get some investment in here, we're not going to get anything, and its investment is what we are after. So it's exactly the reaction, and we'll see in the pre-season. And just as an added bonus, we're going to Portugal, to the Algarve, for pre-season training camp. What are the options? We can go to Spain. We don't want to go... Oh, we can go Switzerland, Holland or France. We'll go Portugal, where it's nice and hot. They get a little bit of suntan to boot. Right, just before we go then, we have announced that the club will not be facing additional tax bill in the upcoming financial year based on the financial records for the past year. Well, that's always nice. No extra bills. For the commercial summary then, Bistrup gets a top shirt seller. Pietro gets number 2, Frin gets number 3, Lundulu number 9, and Levitt number 5. That's quite impressive. The total merchandise sales for the season was 1.01 million, with non-domestic sales amounted to 101,000. The club sold a total of 11,000 shirts. Going through the sponsorships, we picked up 3 more new deals. Annual revenue totals up from 1.27 to 1.34. Broadcast revenues are down by 200,000. That's quite a lot, really. Corporate hospitality has gone up quite significantly, nearly 200,000. Competition prize money, we get nothing this time down. And match day commercial and retail has gone up from 1.11 to 1.12. It's hardly worth it, was it? Right, if we just have a look at the league tables then, just before we get the last bit of news then. Man United win the league Premiership by 3 points from Chelsea. Liverpool finish in 3rd. Man City 4th. We've got Tottenham, Arsenal and Brighton get the last place, 7th position. So going down, we've got Fulham. Forest escape right at the death, I guess. Fulham draw. Forest must have won. They beat Swansea 3-1, who were top bottom of the table and are relegated. So we play Fulham, West Brom and Swansea yet again. It's going to be difficult. Going to be very, very difficult indeed. So our division then, Derby go up. Derby win the fight in the final. They beat Bristol City 1-0. So Villa, Southampton and Derby go up. Millwall, Peterborough and Luton go down. So them 6 teams we are not going to be playing next season. League 1, Barnsley and QPR we're going to be playing next season. Wigan and Shrewsbury are battling it out. It's another couple of days before they play their game. But Mansfield, Bristol Rovers, Rochdale and Doncaster all go down. Wycombe just escape it together with Chesterfield. It's all on goal difference. Let's have a look at League 2 then. Scunthorpe, Swindon and Wrexham go up automatically. We've got Walsall and Morecambe battling it out in the final, but losing league status is Northampton and Tranmere. That's it's not bad going at all. FA Cup then, let's have a look who won the FA Cup. Liverpool beat Man City 4-1. Wow. Who won the Carabao? There we go, Carabao Cup. Arsenal win that 2-0 against Leicester, so Leicester don't quite hang on to it there then. So they got to the final though, which is all credit to them. The final of the Champions League then is Chelsea versus Manchester United. Chelsea beat Bayern Leverkusen, I think it is, 3-1 on aggregate, 2-0 at home on the night. And United beat Real Madrid. They're coming back from 2-1 down to win 4-1 on the night, 5-3 on aggregate. What a... I'm putting my money on Man United winning that. Europa League then. The final is going to be played against Milan and Leipzig. Right, Milan knock out Arsenal in the semi-finals to progress 2-1 on aggregate. And Leipzig beat Bayern Munich 2-1, 2-0 on the night. So very similar scores there. So who's your money on that one? I won't have a clue. But that is going to be it for ourselves for this episode. The season review is over. We are into our 6th season next season, and we do want to start battling out for the playoffs. We need to get some proper players in, or bigger players, and we're going to have to be ruthless with our structuring. So I'm not sure what formation we are going to be using. This one seems to be kinder on us this time around towards the end. I'm not too particularly keen on that one, but again, it's another attacking option. And then we got this one as well with just the one player up front. So there's a few options, but this one is what I want to intend. No wingers. We may just hang on to 1 or 2 wingers, but we'll see what happens. So that's it then for me, guys. If you enjoy that, please pop a like on there. If you'd like to see more new to the channel, please subscribe. And until the start of season 6, thank you very much for watching. Thank you.